The Met Office actively supports the wind energy industry both in the UK and Europe, both onshore and offshore, and we're able to provide a service right from the very beginnings of siting a wind farm, right the way through to its ongoing maintenance and development, right the way through to how much power that wind farm is actually going to produce. It doesn't matter whether you're a small farmer with an empty field or an international developer. It's absolutely crucial where you site your wind farm. So how do you make that decision? The traditional way of doing this is to put an actual Met mast on this site. There you'd collect 12 months of data, you'd look at that at the end of a 12 months period and make a decision based on that. But that's very expensive. At the Met Office we have virtual Met mast. That takes over 20 years of site data and will give you the long-term average speed on that site. That can be done very quickly, within just a few working days, and will give you a very good idea of whether the site is suitable or not. Well, apart from giving you a great idea of where to site your wind farm, it also gives you statistics around turbulence intensity, wind shear and maximum gust, and that will actually help you what type of turbine to actually have on your wind farm. Virtual Met mast takes into account the topography of the land, but it can also be used offshore, and we have a number of other products as well that reinforce that to make our forecasts offshore very accurate as well. Once you've sited your wind farm, whether you've got one wind farm or 20, you really need to know what the weather is going to do on virtually an hourly basis. If you can imagine that the turbines need regular service and maintenance, that means bringing men onto the site. And wind farms can be a dangerous place. They can be a particularly dangerous place when lightning is around as well. We've worked on a web-based system called Visualize, which can have as many wind farms as you have in your operation within it, and you can drill in and see site-specifically exactly what's going on at each wind farm, looking at some of the weather parameters out to as far as 15 days. You can also set the parameters of the alerts that you need so that when there is a problem you can pull people off site. And the last thing you need as well is expensive equipment stranded on site due to heavy rain or whatever. That all costs a huge amount of money. So Visualize is a really great way of managing the operational day-to-day maintenance of your farm. The challenges offshore are rather different, obviously. The weather can be even more hostile in the North Sea, for example, and we have another web-based product for that called SafeSea, and that is specifically for the offshore industry. Wind operators need to know exactly how much electricity is going to be produced from their wind farm site. All the generators have power prediction models, and therefore the very best data needs to go into their models in order to get the most accurate forecast. The wind production forecast is site-specific. It takes into account the topography around the wind farm site, uses the Met Office's unified model, and delivers the most accurate possible data in order to produce the most accurate power prediction forecasts. We also support the wind industry with a newsletter called Wind Review. This comes out quarterly and gives a seasonal snapshot of the winds across Europe. All the services that the Met Office provide for the wind industry are complementary, whether it's virtual Met mast, which is helping you select the site in the first place, through to Visualize, that helps you to run the site on a day-to-day basis in the most efficient manner possible, through to the wind production forecast, which gives you the most accurate wind forecasts to get the very best out of your power prediction models. The Met Office has the solution right across the piece.